Thank you, Jarvis. JJ and I are honored to be associated with this award. As Jarvis said, it's given in recognition of a person or organization who made a lasting sports impact. Fittingly, our honoree made his impact next door to where we are right now. He was a villain in the ring, an unlikely civil rights champion outside it. Wrestler Roscoe Monroe Brumbaugh, best known as Sputnik Monroe, rolled into a segregated Memphis in the late 50s, challenging the norms, ignoring the racial divide, comfortable around anyone. And in his greatest victory, he used his popularity to end segregated seating in Ellis Auditorium, securing his place in Memphis history. To some, he was their hero, as Sputnik's friend, the late Johnny Dark, a Memphis DJ and TV weatherman, learned firsthand. He recalled a time not long before Sputnik died in 2006, when they were walking down Beale Street. A teenage black kid came up to us and said, "You're Sputnik Monroe." Sputnik replied, "You weren't even born when I was here." The kid said, "My mom's family has a picture of you on the wall." The kid said the pictures were of John Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., Sputnik Monroe, and Jesus Christ. Here's more on how the legendary Sputnik Monroe broke the color barrier.
It was there in black and white for flamboyant wrestler Sputnik Monroe to see. The floor seats at cavernous Ellis Auditorium, reserved for whites only, were mostly empty. But in the distant balcony, an area lined with velvet drapes and called the Crow's Nest, the 100 or so seats were packed with black fans, and more were turned away at the door. He saw it as unfair, an opportunity missed. Doesn't it make sense to get everyone's money, he asked? So Sputnik, nicknamed after the hated Russian satellite, challenged the status quo in a still segregated Memphis in 1959 and became a civil rights icon. A native of Dodge City, Kansas, who called himself 235 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, he frequented black bars and restaurants, dressed in a purple gown and sporting a diamond-tipped cane, passing out free tickets. He was arrested for violating Jim Crow laws. With his popularity among black fans soaring, Sputnik devised a plan. He paid the ticket taker to oversell the balcony seats so the overflow of black fans would have to sit in the white section. The angry promoters threatened to cancel the event, but Sputnik stood firm, vowing to leave town unless black fans could sit anywhere. Not wanting to lose their top attraction, the promoters reluctantly agreed to open seating. Sputnik had body slammed Jim Crow, as one writer put it. His efforts weren't forgotten. The Rock and Soul Museum honored him in 2002 with an exhibit. He was inducted into the NWA Hall of Fame, receiving its Humanitarian Award in 2012, Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2017, and the Legacy Wing of WWE's Hall of Fame in 2018. Sputnik Monroe died in 2006 at age 77, and tonight we are proud to add his name to the Memphis Sports Hall of Fame.
Accepting his award is his daughter, Natalie Bell.
What a great group of people to be associated with. I'm not sure Daddy would be that humble to say that, but it's amazing. I'd like to thank the Memphis Sports Hall of Fame, Memphis Tourism, and the City of Memphis for its posthumous Sports and Civil Rights Award for my father's pivotal yet often overlooked role in desegregating professional wrestling in the American South. In the 1950s and 60s, at the height of segregation, my father, Sputnik Monroe, was a professional wrestling icon in Memphis, a flamboyant showman who often played the heel, but was a hero to many. While others looked the other way, my father used his celebrity not for spectacle alone, but for quiet resistance. He insisted the black fans, who were previously regulated to the balcony seating, be allowed to sit wherever they pleased in the arena. When promoters resisted, my father simply refused to wrestle. This wasn't civil rights reform done from a podium, but from the mat, a whisper of rebellion embedded in the roar of a crowd. His actions helped break down racial barriers at the time when few dared challenge them in public venues. My father understood that popularity is power, and he wielded it with purpose. As a result, integrated audiences became the norm in Memphis, wrestling arenas setting a precedent for other southern venues. He once said, "If I have to get arrested to get my people in, I'll do it every damn night," and that he did on Beale Street. He was represented by Mr. Sugarman, an attorney at law. City Judge Bushy saying it was the first time that a white man was represented by a Negro in city court. He wasn't a politician or an activist in the traditional sense. He was a man who knew how to draw a crowd and then use that crowd to move history forward. My father's legacy reminds us that sometimes justice arrives not with fanfare, but with courage, dressed in boots and sequins. He desegregated an arena, not by accident, but by intention. In a time of bygone days and closed doors, Sputnik Monroe cracked them open, not with speeches, but with action. For his contribution to civil rights through the sport, for desegregating arenas before courts mandated it, and challenging injustice in the language of the people, we honor my father, the unlikely hero who changed the South, one wrestling match at a time. As Jared Allen said, you can be a boat anchor and drag one down, or an elevator and help one rise. So on behalf of my father, my family, myself, I would like to thank you very much for this most outstanding recognition.